Microsoft claims it's offered jobs to employees at the crisis-ridden company OpenAI after its chief executive was sacked. Microsoft has already offered the sacked CEO, Sam Altman, a new job to lead a new advanced AI research team. Now, more than 700 staff members at OpenAI, that's best known for the ChatGPT chatbot, they've signed a letter stating that they'll resign unless Mr. Altman is reinstated. The letter also claims Microsoft has offered to match their pay if they chose to make the switch. It's a cracker of a story. Joining us live now is the former Facebook Australia Chief Executive, Stephen Shearer. Stephen, good to see you. Thanks for your time. So, given what you know, was OpenAI right to let him go?
I probably don't know any more than you do. I really respect what Sam and OpenAI have built over the past few years, but clearly we're seeing a struggle between those who believe in the ethical development of AI, however they define that, and those who believe in more the commercial development of AI. And it looks like Sam and his board just didn't agree on something fundamental. It certainly was a shocking development over the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, looking at this board, though, I mean, you've got the guy who created ChatGPT, I mean, the Oppenheimer of the tech world, some have said, in a company worth $137 billion. Why would they let their main man go?
That's a great question. We don't have the answer yet. But if you zoom out a little bit, what do you see? You see a board that is not a conventional board. So OpenAI has an unusual structure. It started as a not-for-profit when it was founded a number of years ago, and then it switched to have a for-profit part, so a company that is designed to make money. But meanwhile, the board is actually the non-profit is what controls the profit, the for-profit part of the business. So that board doesn't actually have any representatives from Microsoft or other investors on it. It's governed by a different sets of rules about building ethical AI, doing AI for good. And clearly there was something that came up that they found alarming that they needed to move quickly. I am concerned, though, the board's showing its incompetence here. You don't fire your CEO, particularly a CEO of Sam's stature and importance, on a Friday afternoon, and then all weekend everybody's scrambling to catch up. I mean, this has been a disaster for that board. I can't see how they continue.
Yeah, I mean, he's worth a lot of money, Sam. So what's he got? What's in his brain, Stephen, from afar? What's he got planned for the future?
Well, he is clearly, he's a successful guy before he got to OpenAI. So Sam's, a wealthy guy. He's made a lot of money through other venture endeavors before he even founded OpenAI, co-founded OpenAI a few years ago. And his belief is that AI needs to be developed in a world where, there's guardrails. But his board clearly seems to believe that the guardrails Sam wants to put in place aren't strong enough, that he's still going too fast. He's commercializing too quickly. So knowing about him what I do, my guess is what he wants to do is still continue on this mission to build, AI that's transformative for the world. But unfortunately, it looks like he's not going to be able to do that within OpenAI anymore. Or maybe fortunately, he was in the wrong position, and now he's moving off to work with Microsoft or others.
Yeah.
But you can imagine the amount of interest that's gone into AI over the past 12 months. Imagine all the VCs and big players that have been whispering in his ears over the past few days. I mean, his options are almost endless at this point.
A lot of fear from the public too with what might come out of that too. Stephen, while I've got you before we go, a move today from the Communications Minister to crack down on hate speech on social media companies. I mean, is it that easy? Do you see that happening? And would they even cough up the fines when they come?
Well, I've only had a little look at the legislation, so I can't comment on it in detail. It looks like the fines aren't that big that are being proposed. A little more, wrist slaps in effect for the tech giants of the scale they are. But the bigger issue, obviously, is that we have platforms of which I've worked for in the past that are well-intentioned in many ways, but the negative externalities, the things that are happening in the community, the things that are happening to individuals' ability to make decisions, form their opinions, their mental health, are clearly negative things that need to be controlled. So this legislation, I think, is a step in the right direction to be able to try to step in, particularly where children are concerned. I think there's a big focus here around e-safety for kids, where we actually have a duty of care that's put onto the platforms to do more, to be more transparent, to be more proactive about how their platforms affect both the communities in which they operate and also the individuals that are consuming their content. So I see it as a good step forward that Australia is getting on top of it.
All right, Stephen Shearer, good to have you with us this morning. Thank you so much.